The one time I did mushrooms, I masturbated after everybody left, and it took a while.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast. This is the weekly podcast that delivers a minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. This is episode 43, so we're covering the 42-minute mark to the 43-minute mark. And I'm your host, Aaron, and I do this show exclusively by myself. It's just me, all me. The research, the execution, the success is the result of my great, finely tuned creative mind combined with loads of effort. I was waiting for you guys to say something.
Well, yeah, I feel it feels weird if you're not introducing me. I don't know if I can talk yet.
Just gonna sit here and see what happens.
I'm Ryan.
Okay.
This is my voice.
Hello, this is Caleb.
So are you guys real? I just said all that to make sure I wasn't schizophrenic.
This is a good one.
Thanks.
This has gone really well.
Thank you to all those who left us messages on iTunes, participating in our listener appreciation event. For those who gave us your address, we'll very soon have something that we think is kind of cool coming your way
It is
via
a
the
thing.
old postal
Ryan,
service.
It's a thing that definitely exists.
Ryan's almost finished.
Well, listen, it'll be January.
I've been done
You'll
for
get it
like
in
a
January.
month. I've been finished with mine for like a month.
Caleb's was the first to be complete, but also the simplest in execution. I think he made it on a napkin, perhaps.
Well,
Yeah.
so you might know that it's paper related.
Perhaps. But taking advantage, right, coming in right before the end of this is an Australian iTunes listener, Ugly Mike. So
Ugly
thank
Mike.
you, Ugly Mike,
Or should
for
I say
getting
ugly-
it in there.
What? Like, Ugly Mike.
Ugly Mike.
Ugly Mike.
I'm not even going to try.
We're gonna
a good handle.
bastardize his accent.
So his review that he provided to us via the Australian iTunes portal, his headline is, "A must for all Transformers G1 fans." Aaron, Ryan, and Caleb take us on a journey through the 1986 Transformers G1 movie with thrills and spills, fun facts, script deviations, and iconic moments, not to mention the dick and bum jokes. This podcast is #1 in my weekly podcast rotation.
Wow.
Highly recommended.
I love how the people that are willing to provide addresses and feedback on this whole listener appreciation, they all are overseas.
Almost international.
Whereas
But I was
our
gonna-
domestic audience, for the most part, not all of them, there are some exceptions, but
We just lost a bunch of
oh
listeners.
god,
Well, I do want to
they're
say
awesome. Our domestic listeners are awesome.
They just are nervous about their address.
though.
Yes.
So what was that guy's name again?
That's Ugly Mike.
So
Oh, I just
I'm
wanted
not
to
going to
say.
give his real name.
I just want to say that's not a Mike.
God damn it. Well, thank you to our single Australian listener. We are flattered.
There's probably more than one Australian listener.
Probably not. We are flattered that you appreciate the podcast, and we definitely will have something special in the mail, and perhaps we'll include a little dick and bum joke on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for him.
Bum.
That bum has never really made it into the United States English
I don't know if-
vernacular.
Bum.
If they
I
do
mean,
it
we say it, but
in Australia too, but I've always found it interesting that in Britain they call a pussy a fanny.
A fanny. Like a fanny pack.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't call them that. They must. I think they call them bum bags actually, which is fun.
Are you serious?
I think so.
I like how in both cultures the C word is like just an everyday word. See you next Tuesday. But in American culture, that is like
it's
one of the worst things you can say in the presence of a woman, period, ever.
Horror man. I mean, it's pretty bad all around, but definitely worse if
Yes.
you're around
It
women.
makes me want to move to Australia just so I can drop.
So you can say
Up
cunt.
and down. Oh, he said it.
I did.
no.
I'm not afraid.
Oh no!
I have a live girlfriend.
She'll stay at any bed and breakfast with you.
That's right. She's left and right, bringing TVs or not.
TV or none. All right, well, let's get into the episode here.
That's a joke nobody's gonna get until we release that commentary.
Which will never be released. Last episode, we had a moment of rest and war stories, but we've quickly shifted back into real war. And we get right into the action with Galvatron firing off a handful of missiles at Kup and Hot Rod's ship. The ship seems to dodge around the missiles, and
a lot of missiles.
A lot of missiles, and they all turn around, head back towards Hot Rod's ship. I love the missile effect.
Yeah, the missiles are great, and like all the projectiles that come out of the Galvatron ship are awesome. I also like that.
Except that they can't seem to. They're awesome looking, but they seem to serve very little of.
They don't do a lot of damage.
Purpose, which is actually making contact with the.
It's true.
I think that they
Target.
explode before they hit the target.
Yeah, I was going to talk about
think.
that because
we'll get in on it.
Yeah, we're getting to that point, but I was looking at 42, basically 4209, that holographic wall that's behind Kup. I just like that. It's
like a radar,
like a fake 3D kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't understand what that's supposed to be, what its function
cool
would
effect,
be, but it is pretty
nonetheless.
neat. I mean, it's just a testament to the detail. That probably wasn't easy. Some guy probably with a needle pinholed through a transparency cell of some kind and shine some light. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know why I'm pretending to know what happened.
And then
here.
it gave 4211 to like 13. Kup just casually drops. There were an awful lot of casualties that day when they're trying to figure out how to get away from us because he says that they got away from the bats of whatever.
Dromedon. So yeah, the exchange is about the Shrite bats of Dromedon, and that's where he pulls out. And Hot Rod's like, "What'd you do then?" And Kup pulls out the old science fiction chestnut about what is it?
Reverse polarity.
Well, he
But
says inverting polarity.
He says invert. He sounds like he says ingrate polarities, but it's what I wrote down.
You ingrate polarities.
We ingrated polarities, but
No, invoided. He's got that.
Invoided,
He's got that
true.
accent. I invoided polarities.
So then, what does that mean, and what do they do?
Well, I've got a whole thing about that
I have
at
some
the
stuff
end of
too.
the show, but we can talk about it now. Let's talk.
Is it a script deviation deal?
It's not really a script deviation; it's just discussion notes. So
Whatever
we
you-
can,
whatever.
We can do it right now. But so, and what the guys do to invade polarities is they essentially push a button which causes the ship to levitate upwards,
Thrusters dodge out
and
of the
then
way.
some kind of like
pyramid of
beam,
energy.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd call it. And there's a screeching sort of noise and a science-y light show. And, the missiles fly back around. It
Doesn't
feels
seem like it did anything.
it feels like it didn't do anything, but I think what happened is it somehow, because you can tell they explode before they hit the front of the ship. So what I think it's done is scrambled their magnetism somehow.
That's kinda what I
and
thought.
caused them to. Which, by the way, them flying into that explosion and the subsequent shot of them flying through the explosion is really awesome.
So the missiles had their polarities invoided.
Some might say that that's what happened.
And I guess it caused them to detonate. But yeah, I actually looked up where that trope comes from.
Oh, wow. We have the same. This is fun.
Oh, did you want to do it?
No, you do it.
What you guys
I
do?
was just what I found was that it originally in 1898 in an unauthorized sequel to a sequel to an unauthorized adaptation of War of the Worlds called Edison's Conquest of Mars.
This is amazing. Yeah, we have the same notes, and it's an amazing little story.
All right.
Or the story behind this book.
I'm excited. to
Go
hear
ahead.
about
I don't
this.
have the story behind the book. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so and a lot of people will believe that Doctor Who often gets credited as
It was
the originator
popularized
of
by
the
Doctor Who.
expression.
Yeah.
But so unauthorized editions apparently of War of the Worlds were a big deal after War of the Worlds came out, and so there was a version of War of the Worlds. I'm trying to see what it was called here.
It was called Fighters from Mars.
Fighters from Mars. Okay, it was serialized and published in Cosmopolitan and the New York Evening Journal and the Boston Post. Basically just a ripoff of War of the Worlds. And then, so this, Edison's Conquest of Mars, is a sequel to that. So it's a sequel to War of the Worlds, but it's really a sequel to an unauthorized reproduction of War of the Worlds. And in it, there's several firsts, including inverting polarities. It's the first recorded story of alien abduction, the first mention of spacesuits, the first mentions of aliens building the pyramids, the first things like space battles, oxygen pills, asteroid mining. This
Wow.
created like a whole bunch of really creative ideas that were never used, and actually is credited as one of the first American science fiction novels.
Which is fascinating because the guy was a scientist, I think a astronomer and writer. It seems like he was really creative. Why do you got to rip off somebody else's book?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Well, I don't know if this did that. I'd have to remember if this guy wrote the knockoff War of the Worlds and the sequel,
I think he did.
Okay, all right. So, but then that guy's name, by the way, is Garrett P. Service. But the thing that was interesting about this, so it's called Edison's Conquest of Mars. So the protagonist is Thomas Edison, and I'm trying to remember who else was in it. It's like there were other like notable people at the time, like whoever the president of the United States was at the time.
Is Nicholas Tesla in it?
He should be.
Tesla!
And Edison just fighting it out on Mars.
Yeah.
But it's all about his inventions that he makes to battle the Martians on their home turf.
So at what point in that storyline did they invert polarities?
I don't know. I didn't get that deep into it.
But it mentions it in that story.
Yeah,
but it does mention it.
Okay.
But it was popularized by Doctor Who. The third Doctor, John, I've never heard his name pronounced, so Pertwee, I apologize if that's not right. He asked the writers to give him a simple piece of technobabble he could reliably deliver. So it was reverse polarities. And basically, reversing polarities, I mean, anytime you put a battery in something backwards, you reverse the polarity of it.
Awesome.
So like a simple device like a toothbrush will run in the reverse, but like more complicated ones with diodes that don't allow it to go back in the same way will just burn out.
Right.
There's reverse polarities happening around us all the time in our lighting.
It's true.
Our AC/DC lights, man. It's almost like we visited the same website.
I mean, it might be 120 times a second with alternating current. It reverses polarity.
100 to 120.
That's right.
It depends on the efficiency.
220, 221, whatever it takes.
So if you wear polarized shades and you reverse does it end up burning your eyeballs out?
Like ants.
Put them on backwards.
What happens when you wear polarized sunglasses backwards? Similar kind of thing?
Yeah.
See, that's my science.
That's science.
That's my science contribution.
And of course, we remember inversing polarities from the famous Call of the Primitives episode. It's kind of
They did do that.
It's basically a trope in lots of science-y things where you've got the super science-y guy, the smartest guy in the room just can't figure out what to do, and they always pull out, like, the dumb guy in the room will be like, why don't you go in reverse? Or, like, flip the switch to off or reverse or whatever. And
you soured its milk.
and so...
That's been brought up in many episodes.
Yeah, you love that
I do bring it up a lot.
Bonkers episode.
It's okay.
But okay, so we're halfway through the minute, and it's the guys are flying through the explosion. There's a very cool sequence of them, kind of struggling to get through it, whatever you'd call it, sort of the
missile blast.
Yeah, the missile blasts and the shock waves that they're trying to navigate through.
Sure, they did it,
and they did it.
We survived that.
But
so they steady the ship, and then another ominous visual pops up on the screen. It's Galvatron's ship, the Revenge.
Sorry.
And attention focuses to the inside of Galvatron's ship. And
wait. Are they behind? Is he behind them?
Yeah,
still?
he's behind.
Yeah.
Chasing them down. Gotcha.
And then he pushes some buttons, and he commands Cyclonus to go out and attack.
Which is so cool. Like at 42, 41, where Cyclonus transforms and blasts. It's a pretty sweet sequence right there.
Yeah, great transformation sequence. I love the way he rotates as he does it.
Yeah.
And then he just engages some thrusters and blasts towards the ship. So I guess he's a little bit more nimble, and that's why Galvatron would
he's
send him out there.
As opposed to a long-range vehicle.
He's obviously super fast.
Right. So he dogs Hot Rod's ship, a couple of laser blasts here and there, cuts through the ship with these amazingly placed shots, I guess.
Yeah.
The ship loses control and goes crashing towards a strange-looking metallic planet.
That's the strangest planet I've ever seen.
Well, so far there's another stranger one coming up, but we know that in the future know that this is Quintessa.
That weirder planet, though, is my favorite planet.
That's right.
It is a cool planet.
After we get to the Junkion planet, I think Caleb's just going to bail.
I'm done with this too. So this, I have to bring it up just because I'm the dick that brings up these stupid nitpicky things. But what the fuck, man? These ships took hundreds of shots on Earth from Cyclonus himself, and they're fine. They take off. They evade the Decepticons, and now like 4 shots, and he cuts through this ship, and now it's gonna crash.
It's almost like they needed a reason for that ship to crash on Quintessa.
It's the straw that broke the camel's back. It was just too much.
Why couldn't they just have those missiles hit the ship? And then
Maybe
crash on
those missiles
Quintessa?
weakened it to the point where it could penetrate. The Cyclonus
I
could penetrate.
think you've got to give. You've got to throw, at least at this point in the movie, you've got to throw the Autobots a bone where they did manage to dodge all those missiles, because up to this point, they just suck when it comes to fighting the Decepticons. I mean,
They're not good.
The Decepticons have kicked their asses throughout the whole movie.
Aside from Prime, it's been pretty
and
bad.
he
It's
died.
been pretty dismal showing.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic, actually.
Right.
The Autobots are pretty pathetic.
And really, they still are. Like, so that little missile dodging is really nothing in the scheme of things. So that brings us to the end of the minute, and I think it's time for some of those deviations. The movie doesn't name them, but the missiles that were used to be fired upon Kup and Hot Rod's ship are called moleculon missiles.
That's in mine too.
And I think we've referred to it in actually a couple previous episodes when we talked about the Revenge. And at first, essentially the same things happen. There's a bit more dialogue, but Hot Rod does challenge Kup's idea to inverse polarities. He says, that'll tear the ship apart. But after they avoid the missiles, instead of Cyclonus attacking them and disabling the ships, they float by what is described as a, quote, giant alien-made moon.
Yes.
And a hatch opens from that moon, and a giant, quote, lobster-claw-like grabber comes out, grabs the ship, crushes it, and flings the Autobots towards Quintessa. So there's a
That
moon
is random.
outside Quintessa, and a lobster claw grabs it and tosses it towards them instead of them being shot down.
We're being attacked by Galvatron. Guess what you don't expect? Some fucking crustacean to attack you from a random fucking moon. That's weird. That's not in mine at all.
All right, good.
It's bananas. Like
That's all I've got.
What's the Galvatron cheer?
ingester.
And victory?
No, just ingester. It's just the word ingester.
Ingester.
It's a bonkers fluoro-dairy stuff.
Okay, so in my deviation, this is a real short one. Basically, it's the same thing. Galvatron has found them and is attacking them, and he shoots the moleculon missiles. They strike the hull of the shuttle, causing a vibrating line of electrical energy to crackle all around the shuttle, lacing over and around it like a webbing of some fiery spider. Which
a lot of organic spiders and lobsters and snake. I don't know. There's a lot of organic stuff in these earlier drafts.
This one's weird because like Kup says, "We're hit, abandoned," and then the shuttle cracks violently apart. Its shards and sections blasting in all directions toward camera, through camera, as Hot Rod comes flying out, turning over and over in space toward the camera and over the camera, and falling, and Kup says, "Ship!" Abandoned ship. And then the Hot Rod falls out of sight, and we hear the echo of his yell, "Ah!" It just says, "Ah." And then Galvatron smiles malevolently and says, "One down, one to go." And that's pretty much it. But there's no mention. I haven't read very far ahead. There's no mention of like a planet, so they're just falling into space.
So between the Friedman original and what I assume is the Friedman or Dilly draft rewrite, they actually took away Galvatron's glory and created the lobster claw moon.
It's weird. It's a weird thing to like.
I love it. So, well, normally at this point in time, I wonder if the Ghost of the Iconic Moment is still working at TJ Maxx right now. I don't think we can talk about it unless it shows up.
Probably off by now. I mean, it's down.
Oh, there it is. So, okay, we can. I'm the Ghost of the Iconic Moment.
You know.
I'll just go first. I don't really know if any moment is particularly iconic. I always loved the look of those missiles and explosions after they get scrambled. But and releasing Cyclonus like a mad bulldog is pretty cool. But I don't know if there's anything iconic for me.
Well, being that you just pretty much described most
The
of
minute,
the action,
the entire minute.
I will have to just agree with you at that point.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, I think the Cyclonus transformation and blasting away is pretty cool. But yeah, it's just a lot of like missiles in action in this. There's not a whole lot to,
Little
not a lot of
tidbits.
meat to sink your teeth into.
I do for some reason find the shots where Galvatron's just pushing buttons and stuff and looking very stoic, and
It is kind of fascinating.
like he's just doing his thing. He's like pushing the
Right.
buttons and wreaking havoc.
It does seem like
I find those kind of amusing.
he is very hands-on, whereas like if you like a captain of a ship would just generally give orders and somebody else would do the button pushing.
That's his ship. I mean,
Scourge, push the button that tells Cyclonus
Now
to
push
attack.
transform and attack.
Now pull that lever. Push that button.
I will say that if a giant lobster-claw had come out of a moon and crushed a ship, that would be my iconic moment.
That's
I would,
amazing.
if I saw that happen, to the Autobot ship, I would turn around and fly away. No thanks.
Yeah, presumably they would have seen that. All right, maybe we'll see what happens in the next minute. Did I actually?
I hope we get to see what happens in the next minute.
Nope, it doesn't follow up on that. So, spoiler alert.
Next time on the Autopod Decepticast.
We've got Kup and Hot Rod who are going to create a situation that Ultra Magnus can't deal with now. And Ultra Magnus and the crew hatch a dangerous, evasive plan.
Yep.
Cool.
That's it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody. Please continue listening to the show and tell your friends about us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and TuneIn. Follow us on our social media. That's Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all of them at APodDcast. And, of course, there's our web presence at autopoddecepticast.com. Ryan, you got anything you might put up there? Any ideas? This is kind of a short one. This is a lot of
it happens.
eventful.
It was a short one. I mean, coming off of that gold that was our Christmas and New Year's Eve episodes. But yeah, I'll find something fun to throw up on there.
Actually,
I would try to put up any kind of information about the Thomas Edison fights people on Mars or whatever.
Yeah, I'll dig into that.
and this is totally unrelated, but maybe just interesting conversationally. I discovered that in the Decepticon Hall of Heroes, those statues, they all represent past Decepticon leaders, and they all actually do have names. I found on the TF Wiki,
Whoa.
and two of the leaders' names, one of them is named like Floron, and another one's name is
my
like
God.
Dairytron, or something like
is
that.
ridiculous.
But
So-
there's no history that came with that knowledge of who these leaders were, or list of their accomplishments. It's just that they existed,
And they're named for reasons that
Right.
Floro Dairy wanted to name something after himself.
yeah, perhaps.
All right.
All right, everybody. iTunes users, please rate and subscribe.
5 stars, please.
Talk to you later.
Bye, bye, bye.
Okay, this is recording. Cool. Anyway, there is there was a story where Skullgrin. Do you remember who that was?
Yes.
He goes. I don't remember if it was to Hollywood, but he happens upon a movie set and becomes a movie star
Wow,
and
I
decides to
vaguely
leave
recall
the
that.
Decepticons in order to pursue this. And then there's another one that was really cool, where the two Autobot pretenders happened upon this like planet of sort of giant Amazonian females. Like humanoid types, but they were in
Sure.
their like, facade form, and I think if I remember correctly, I think they hated technology and destroyed robots if they showed up, so
They were like,
they were hiding in their form. Yeah, exactly. But also the alien Amazon females wanted to bang them.
Of course. The one like storyline that from the third season that sticks out with me most in the cartoon is the one where Hot Rod, Springer, and RC get turned into humans.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Ultra Magnus too, maybe. I guess you don't have any kind of feelings about that episode.
I haven't seen it in so long.
It just captured my imagination because I was like, I don't know.
What if?
Like, yeah, like just their relationship was weird, and so I was like, whoa, now they're
So what? I'm trying to remember. Did bad guys invade their bodies?
No, if I recall correctly, they just got transformed. That's the only thing I remember about the episode, is just they became humans, but then they were wearing clothes that were the color of their, like,
course.
so you could know who the fuck each person
Let
was.
me Google this. Autobots as Humans, Season 3. Let's see what happened. Only Human might have been the episode.
What a great title.
So let's see if I can guess.
Okay, so yeah, it
Ultra
was-
Magnus, RC. Who would? Oh, Springer.
Springer.
Is black. Awesome. And Rodimus
I guess it
is
is
like
Rodimus.
a burly
Why is he
construction
gloves?
guy.
Yeah, he's like,
They look kind of like futuristic Mario Brothers.
they kind of do. Why is it so hot over here?
Oh, I've got this thing on.
Oh.
Turn it off. My legs get cold. My legs get cold.
Well, that's probably just because you have bad circulation and we'll have to die soon.
My diabetes or.
Oh,
Oh, is that that's the same episode with Old
oh,
Snake?
that's yeah. The Cobra Commander does that. Has something to do with it. Wow, what a weird one.
Hey, you look creepy. The caption says, "RC, biologically we can, you know." What? Huh? Never mind. All right, I'm going to go.